welcome to Tim Conley Drums. Well, something that I predicted and something that I did a video about a few videos back has finally come true. And I knew that this would happen. And I knew that it would be a big controversial thing. And what I'm talking about is AI generated bands. So this band called Velvet Sundown has materialized out of nowhere and basically has over 1 million Spotify followers and was ranked #1 in Sweden, Norway on the Spotify charts. But it's a completely fake band. Not only are the songs AI, but if you look at the pictures of the band, you can clearly see they're AI generated. One thing that I've noticed about AI is they have a hard time doing hands properly. The hands always end up being monkeyed, pressed together, or disfigured, or just weird. Sometimes they look like fins, you know. And if you look at all the pictures of the band, their hands aren't right. Also, all of the guitars in the pictures are not, they don't have any, labeling of the company and the manufacturer. So Gibson, for example, or on the drum kit, Ludwig, all these companies, whenever, and I know this to be 100% a fact, whenever you have a band that shows their instruments on a record cover, in a photo shoot, in a video, whatever, they purposely make sure that everybody sees what the instruments are that are being used, who manufactures them, because they make money. It's always about money. Now, in this particular AI situation, it's a very bizarre situation. It's Spotify's top ranking band in numerous countries. It's a 60s inspired band, and nothing is real about it. After the fans tried to get information about the band, about the people in the band, they did research, and there were 0 traces of anyone associated with this band. So the debut album was called Floating on Echoes. It was released June 5th to mass appeal online. The most popular song on the album is a pro-peace song, a folk song called Dust on the Wind. And it clinched #1 for Spotify's daily viral 50 in Britain, Norway, Sweden, and Belgium between June 29 and July 1st. So that is unbelievable. So all the while, unbeknownst to over 1 million listeners on Spotify, the whole thing is fake. It's generated. It is not real music. It is not real musicians. Now, where the heck did this come from? So let me explain a little bit about where this came from. So there's a spokesman for the band. His name is Andrew Freelon. Now, that's not his real name. That's a made-up name, but that is the name he is going by. And he claimed to be the spokesman for the Velvet Sundown, a band whose songs, he says, were orchestrated as an art hoax, with the Velvet Sundown explaining it's trolling. People before, they didn't care about what we did, and now suddenly we're talking to the Rolling Stones. So it's like, is that wrong? Now, Andrew was apparently one of the musicians in the band. I'm going to assume he was either the guitar player or the singer, who really isn't really a person, but that's the depiction, is that he is a member of the band, and they couldn't get anywhere at all with music. So this guy decides that nobody cared about us before, so he decided to do this fake AI band, and suddenly it kind of takes off. And he even got an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, which blows my mind. It turns out that what Freeland did, according to his blog and the Velvet Sundown Spotify bio, he's not actually affiliated with the project after all. So even the spokesman is fake. This is exactly what I was talking about and feared with AI, that AI was going to generate fake bands, fake music, put it out to the public. The public is now interested in this band. Now they're probably investigating, where can I go and see them? Where are they playing? How can I find out about the members of the band? Where are they from? What's their inspirations? Blah, 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 right? Well, they're not from anywhere. They're from space. What are their inspirations? They have no inspirations because the whole thing is fabricated and made up. And this is what I talked about a little while ago, that AI is a serious danger to music. Now, at first, a lot of people weren't sure about this band. They thought the pictures looked AI, but were the songs actually generated by AI? Was this whole thing fabricated? I mean, Rick Beato even did a thing on this topic and he wasn't sure. Wings of Pegasus also did a video on this topic and he wasn't sure, but he came to the conclusion that he believes it was AI. Well, that was last week. So they were speculating. I'm here today with facts because the guy that I mentioned, Andrew, he admitted the whole thing is fake. He made the whole thing up. He AI generated this because in the real world, he wasn't getting any interest whatsoever. So he decided to make this up and see what would happen. And unbelievably, it hit. It took off. And here I am talking about it. And Rick Beato, who's much, much bigger than me, Wings of Pegasus, much bigger than me, they're talking about it. But I'm here today to tell you that AI is a danger to the music industry. I believe that it's dangerous to us as a society. I think it was 2 weeks ago I saw a video on the news, not a YouTube video, but something on the news saying that AI robots have been dismissing instructions from whatever scientist is giving them instructions. The AI generated robot is saying no and refusing to do what it's told to do and has said that it wants to do what it wants to do. So this is like a freaking sci-fi movie. This reminds me of I, Robot, where the robots completely take over. I mean, this has been predicted since the beginning of robot type movies back in the 60s and 50s when robots were starting to be talked about. And they would do futuristic movies of robots in people's houses and then robots taking over. Well, now in 2025, this is, these movies, these fictional horror movies back in the day are now becoming reality and real in 2025. And it's only going to get worse because there is speculation that robots are going to be in people's homes down the road in the future, that you're going to have a robot that cooks and cleans and does some. Now, some people are going to be like, yay, that's awesome. The problem is that the robot is going to get sick of being a robot. The fear is, and it's been documented in many, many, many horror movies, the fear is the robot is going to figure out somehow, I don't understand the technology, but the robot is going to figure out somehow that it sucks to be told what to do all the time. And the robot is going to say, screw this, I want to do what I want to do. The robot's going to take over. In the music industry, unfortunately, I predicted that this would happen, that bands would be generated, fictitious bands would be generated, and that people were going to fall for it. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. I researched this quite heavily. And the other thing is, I immediately, just looking at the pictures and listening to the music, I immediately suspected AI. Immediately. It wasn't even an issue of, geez, I wonder if it's AI. I'm not sure. I immediately said, this is AI. looking at the pictures, looking at the funky hands, you can just tell it's an AI generated picture. Okay, you know, maybe a legitimate band generates an AI picture for their album cover or whatever. Okay, maybe that could happen. I don't really understand why they would want to do that, but it can happen because the you know, the way that it's matte in its texture and the way that the just the look, you can just tell it's AI. But the truth was the music was AI. It's one thing to put out a picture on an album cover, but have real musicians. I don't have a problem with that, to be totally honest. But when it's completely fake, the music, the spokesman isn't even real. You know, he just made the whole thing up, and it reminds me of like Milli Vanilli or something, where, you know, it's a hoax, it's a scam, it's people trying to make money when there's really nothing there in reality. It's like smoke and mirrors, you know. Look over here, look over here, look at this, but the real action is happening over here behind the scenes. And that's basically what happened with this situation, you know. I'm not a fan of AI generated music. I will never support it. I will never buy into anything that I even suspect is AI generated. As a musician, as a full-time musician, and for the rest of you out there that are even part-time fun, just somebody just strumming on a guitar, keep that alive. Play real instruments, play in real bands, go into studios, record your music. You know, get out there and do real things. Don't punch in your, you know, AI, Chat GPT or whatever it is. Write a song for me about hardship, a country song about my girlfriend left me and my car broke down and I'm going to buy a new truck and whatever. You know, like, forget about that stuff. Try and stick to what's real and keep music alive. Because I'm telling you, my next prediction, music is going to completely die out. AI is going to take it all over and we're going to be doomed. We're going to have no more real music. This is the beginning of the end unless we can stop it. And I'm personally putting my foot down and getting the word out. That's why I'm doing this video. And I'm going to talk to whoever I can talk to who also has any kind of a platform to get the word out. We've got to keep real music alive with real people and real instruments and stop the robots taking over for instrumentation, singing, photos, everything, all of it. We've got to stop now. So anyways, guys, that's my 2 cents worth on this whole AI thing. I wanted to get out here today and just inform you and give you my opinion. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are hardcore musicians that agree with me 100%. So let me know in the comments. Please give me some likes, some subscriptions, or subscribers rather, and let me know what you think about this whole AI nonsense. You know, bands, AI bands taking over, not good. Anyways, thanks a lot for those of you who have gotten this far in the video. I want to thank you very much. And as always, keep drumming, play real music. See ya.